Hey, this is Chantal Gerardy from the Meaningful Marketing Podcast, and today we've got a really saucy show ahead. We're going to be talking with Belinda Wrap from Be Loved, and we're going to be sharing about how you can sell yourself online, and that's online dating, because in essence, that's what you're doing. You're selling yourself online. So we're going to have a really interesting discussion today on the do's and don'ts so that you can get swiped right or swiped left, and we'll tell you why getting swiped left is actually a good thing.
Yes.
So Belinda, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Chantal. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here today. Please, can you share with us a little bit of your story?
My story. How far do I go back?
Go back to the saucy, juicy bits.
So to be vulnerable, my story starts quite toxically. My first boyfriend abandoned me, like after 2 years, just disappeared, couldn't find him. The second one, I walked in on him cheating on me with my best friend. The third one was domestically violent. And the last one was a gamer and never made me a priority. And I just thought, well, what's the common denominator? I'm not victim blaming. But I looked at myself and I thought, well, I am the person that's the common denominator. What's going on? So I stopped dating for a while and did some reflection is the word, and discovered that I had some wounds that I needed to heal, and that my frequency was vibrating on a level that was attracting these toxic men into my life. And once I healed all of that and I learnt a lot, I just shared my knowledge, and people came to me and said, you've just changed my life. What you've just shared has helped me find love. Do you do courses? Can you coach me? And so I became a qualified life coach, NLP practitioner, sound healer. I started counseling, created my own course that was from my own experience. And yeah, I'm an MC, speaker. I've written a book, Breaking Down the Breakup. That's me.
Oh, that is so exciting. And you were also on The Bachelor, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was on The Bachelor 2017, Maddie J season. I was in there for about a month, which is they film for 3 months. And like reality TV is an experience I cannot compare it to anything on this planet. It's highs and lows, roller coasters, learning. And from that, I actually created my own show, Air Your Dirty Laundry. I learned how to produce and direct a show, and that's on YouTube. So it was beneficial, but I did actually struggle a lot after it. I had post-show depression. So you're on this big high of paparazzi chasing you and, being interviewed on the project and sunrise, and then all of a sudden, boom, is nothing. And so I learned and grew through that as well.
Yeah, that's super exciting. So I thought it'd be great for us to talk about today, because this is the Meaningful Marketing Podcast, how people, should set up their online profiles. Because at the end of the day, a lot of my guy friends, they say that when they go online dating and that they'll see a picture of a woman on a dating thing, and then when they actually go meet them in the flesh, the person looks nothing like the picture because they've put filters up, and suddenly they're just massively disappointment. There's the first interaction they have is disappointment.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's around you really are selling yourself, and it is really about your personal branding and how you position yourself online to these people, especially if you're trying to find a soulmate, or even if you're just trying to find a fling, whatever that strategy is for you. So let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's like when you see a photo of a beautiful restaurant meal, and then you go and you order that meal and it's not the same. You have this expectation, and then you're setting yourself up for failure. And the reason why, and filters, if you're using filters, we need to stop it, because you're actually setting yourself up for failure. You need to embrace authentically who you are, everything about you, because you actually want to weed out the people that aren't interested, so that you can meet someone who is going to love you in your trucky ducks, in your glam dress, whatever it might be. So putting your best foot forward is actually showing them who you are exactly as you are.
Yeah, and when we talk about the best foot forward,
yes,
we're talking about your best authentic foot forward. So, for example, for me, I'm in my camper van, I'm always in my activewear, I'm always doing crazy things. I need to put those things forward, because that's how I spend my day and that's what I do. And then I'm going to be able to attract somebody who can tolerate that will love that or appreciate that inside of me,
Yes.
And rather than putting something forward where I'm like glam wearing makeup, and it's like, I don't like wearing makeup, and I'll do it for today, but I don't like to do, dress up and do that. I do it for the right occasion, but this is not where I like to sit comfortably.
Yes. And I always recommend you do an array of images. Don't just do selfies, because selfie is not showing your lifestyle, your creativity, your personality, your persona. It's just showing your face. And whilst it is beautiful, you need to give them a sense of who you are, not just what you look like. Because online dating, yes, whilst it's very superficial, for those who are serious, because there are serious people online. I met my partner online on Bumble. And in fact, our first date, which is a meet cute, I can tell you about what that means if you like. I was in a jumper and jeans, and we met for an hour because I want to see if there's a vibe and a connection. And we're placing so much value on superficialness, what somebody looks like, how tall they are, all of these things, when deep down, what's going to keep you together, not how tall somebody is, but how they treat you, how they show up in the relationship.
Yeah, 100%. So tell us about the meet cute.
Yes. So people put so much pressure on the first date. So they also put a lot of pressure on the online date. So when they first match somebody, they're thinking, wow, they're going so far in the future and thinking, this could be my husband. And they're putting those expectations. And then they're thinking, let's have an amazing first date. Let's go for dinner and drinks, and he should be paying, and all of these things. And I'm talking as a feminine at the moment. But a meet cute is 1 hour date. It's like literally a coffee or a conversation where you meet and you're facing each other. Don't go on a walk unless you have time looking into each other's eyes, because 100% of my walking dates that I did never went to a second date unless I had eye-gazing time. So a meet cute is 1 hour just to catch up and see if there's a vibe, if there's a connection. No pressure, fun and exciting.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. Okay, so consistent content online is what I always talk about. So it's the same thing. It's consistent, authentic content that effectively communicates who you are and what you do in a business. And it's exactly the same, it sounds like, for online dating. When you're setting up your profile and you're setting up your pictures and you're putting in the words into the profile, it's about effectively communicating to a stranger who you are, and what your point of difference is, really, right?
Yep.
Because we always say marketing is about not what you do that's the same as everyone else. Marketing is what you do that's different to everyone else.
Yep.
So your best foot forward is really your point of difference. It's really your shining light or your juice. So I would imagine that you would need to know who you are.
Yes.
And really understand the type of person that you are and what you really want from life. Not what you think you want, but what you really want. Let's talk about that for a sec.
Yeah, so being authentic within yourself. People don't actually know their boundaries with regards to dating. They just think, is he going or she going to choose me? But what it is you think, do I choose them? And I want to make a point while I'm thinking about it. If you think of McDonald's making an ad, they say, I'm loving it. They don't say, no Hungry Jack's lovers here, please. They say, I'm loving it. So when you're portraying yourself online, no negativity. Because if you're saying, I don't want toxic people, I don't want drama, I don't want this, you're actually repelling people straight away because they're seeing, oh, what's this person been through? Why are they so negative already? Yeah. So being positive and uplifting but honest. Because if you want a relationship but you actually aren't saying that in your profile, you're going to attract so many people that you're not weeding them out. It's going to be harder for you. So don't be afraid to say what you want in a positive, uplifting way. So I probably went off track there.
No, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I always talk about qualifying and disqualifying the right people. The whole point of your marketing is to qualify and disqualify the right and wrong people. That is what your marketing needs to do. And really, the content inside your online dating profiles needs to be exactly the same. It needs to qualify and disqualify that. And I must say, when I go through, because I'm online dating, and when I go through people's profiles and it is the negative, I don't want this, I don't want that, I do exactly what you said. I straight away go, this is warning signs for me that this person's been through crap. Like I actually look for positivity. So
yes. And I think we've all been through crap, but it's where are you at the moment? Have you healed that? Have you let go of the past? Because if you're hanging on to the past hurts and you're portraying that in your profile, it's like a dog can sniff fear. People can sniff that out, sense that.
Yeah, that's so good. So tell us a little bit about the pillars that you have with the love trust cycle, because I know that this all relates to online dating and marketing yourself online so that you can find a partner.
Yes. So before my clients do any dating, we have 3 pillars. And the first pillar is healing the hurt and conquering the heart. So when you start a training regime, the first thing you do is you empty the cupboards of all the temptations and the junk food. And that's the same as your mindset. So negative mindset or hurt will actually show up, and that will make you vibrate on that frequency. So if you're vibrating on, I don't want to attract another toxic man or another cheater, that is what you're focusing on. It's like the red car, blue car theory. What happens when you shop for a red car?
You see red cars everywhere.
Exactly. And if you're focusing on the red flags, you're going to find the red flags.
Yeah.
So we first need to reframe our mindset and heal any wounds that are potentially open. And my book on the cover is a heart with gold filled in. It's like the Kintsukuroi proverb, which is to mend broken with gold, because the imperfections are beautiful. So we reframe that. Then the next phase is about self-love, finding yourself. How do you, if you've been through so much pain, how do you stop being a people pleaser? How do you then authentically set your boundaries? Then we look at attachment styles so that you can understand, are you an anxious and an avoidant, or both? I was both. And how do you navigate that so that we're setting you up for the right dating and relationship tools? People expect you to know how to relate because we're born into life and there's no lessons, we just expected to know. Then my favorite one is how to handle rejection. So it's chasing the no, because we think that we do deserve to be loved by everybody. But my Nutella theory is, do you want to know my Nutella theory?
Tell us your Nutella theory.
How many people do you think, on a percentage basis, love Nutella in the world?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. 88%.
Yeah, that's a good number. That's an angel number. We did the figures. And if you take into account the people who don't support palm oil industries, people who don't eat nuts because they're allergic, people who prefer Vegemite or have savory tooth, there's 4.5% of people on this planet that love and buy Nutella. But if you go into the shops, there's 5 shelves of it. But does Nutella change its flavour for everyone else that doesn't love it? No. It stays on the shelf. It sells like hotcakes and it's perfect. It doesn't worry about the people it's not pleasing. So what I say is, you're Nutella. You're delicious and sweet, loved by many and not by all, and that's perfectly okay. And when you become more comfortable with knowing that you're not going to please everybody on this planet, that you need to authentically please yourself, that is when that person will come into your life and show you what you're looking for.
Oh, that's super good. Super good. Yeah, because it is a massive rejection thing, but now you should really get excited. Every time it's a rejection and it's a no, I go, that's great. That's another wrong person.
Yeah.
Another wrong person. Which means I'm closer to the right person.
Yes. And it is a numbers game. You're going to have more no's than yeses.
Yeah, 100%. It's exactly the same in the sales process. When you're trying to get clients, how many clients do you have to, how many leads do you have to get and talk to and nurture? And out of that, how many are you actually going to convert? I think it's something like 1 out of 20 or something, So if you look at those numbers, it's the same.
Yes. So my suggestion and recommendation is to be patient and consistent and compassionate with yourself. Instead of having expectations that the next swipe is going to be your forever person, have fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I think, you've got to get excited about the fact that it is just an experience and you're meeting nice new people. And if that's all it is, it's great. I've actually met amazing men on the apps, just not my men, but amazing men on the apps.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And I had a client recently go on a few dates. She was feeling very dejected. We did some work around that. And then the next date she went on, they've now been on 6 dates. They're really enjoying each other. It's going somewhere. And it's like we get stuck in this place of it hasn't happened yet. It's not going to happen. But then you never know what the next swipe might bring. So staying optimistic about it as well.
Yeah. So can you give us some recommendations, though, if people are going to go set up their online profiles? Give me some do's and don'ts.
I've actually got a book on this, and I do dating audits for people as well. But my do's and don'ts, so making sure that you have more than just a selfie and demonstrating your full length, because people don't hide yourself. Be confident, be proud of who you are, because the person that's going to swipe on you is swiping on you because they see what they like, okay? So activity shots, things of what you do in your life, a natural shot, a glam dress shot, friend shot as well. So give them a sort of a collage of your life. It's so important to demonstrate in those images, but also descriptions. If you have just got emojis, or you are, once again, I mentioned before, negative, what you don't want, you're going to waste your time and other people's time, because this is serious. If you're on there for love, you got to treat it like that.
Yeah.
It's like when you go for a job interview, you don't just, send a resume with emojis. You actually explain and talk about I'm looking for XYZ, not you must be, or this is what you should be. Talk about yourself. Talk about your dreams. You can even be, what's the word? Not fantasy, but like daydream and be positive and optimistic. Then I'm trying to think what other. There's so many more, but I'm having a mind blank right now.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I often see on the apps there's people writing, especially on men's profiles. They'll write, please, ladies, please don't create a profile using ChatGPT.
Oh,
so that's a massive thing at the moment. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think definitely. Like ChatGPT, depending on how much it knows you, it can be quite robotic. But you can also get it to do sort of, add humor and things like that. I think you're better off getting somebody like myself that actually knows the best way to attract. It's like when you are a business and you're not sure about marketing, you go to an agency or somebody who knows what to do for your business. I think it's a fine line. It's definitely a fine line, because people can sense it, and there's a lot of people telling me that there are fake accounts that are chatbots that are just trying to fraud, essentially, get you to pay for money for things for them. So be careful with that. I think always be yourself authentically. And if you want to hire somebody to help you write it, or get a friend, sit down and have fun with it.
Yeah, no, those are great things. And I know with ChatGPT, I always talk about putting the human intelligence into ChatGPT, and you've got to do that on either side. So human intelligence first, then ChatGPT, then again human intelligence. So what comes out the other side is human intelligence. You've just used it as a tool to assist you with something, but at the end it's something that you're proud to put out that is authentically yours.
Yeah, even if you write it and then ask it to tweak it a little bit so it sounds more articulate, or I don't know, add some funny bits in. But yeah, definitely from the heart is better than from the app.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Just having a look here if there's anything else. Is there... So meaningful marketing. All right. So one tip, if you are meaningfully marketing yourself on online dating profiles, what would your one big tip be for people?
If you're meaningfully marketing yourself, my one big tip would be patience, know your audience, because what you're sharing is what you're bringing back, okay? Also, and I think this might be, with marketing, you need to know your avatar so you can talk to their language. So knowing that, but also being compassionate with yourself. With marketing, you can put an ad out there and it bombs.
Yeah.
But then you do something else and you tweak it and it's successful. Trial and error. Don't just do one profile. Like if you're on multiple apps, trial few different things. A/B test it. Trial different photos as the cover one. So, but don't give up. Don't give up. Just because it hasn't happened now doesn't mean it's not happening. Have fun with it. Trial and error, and make sure you're speaking to your avatar.
Yeah, so many good words there. And I think for me, I always talk about the business owner, always has to put the oxygen mask on their face first.
Yes.
And I think with this, what you're talking about now, it's exactly the same theory. You've got to take care of yourself, your mindset and your well-being before you go onto those apps. So making sure that you're always in a good space.
Yeah. And knowing that the swipe lefts and the not matches is actually the universe seeing this person isn't right for you and saving you time.
Yeah. I love that. Saving me time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, another one. Don't have to waste my time on.
Yeah, yeah. So get
Excellent.
excited for it.
Yeah, no, it's so good. Thank you so much. So where can people connect with you?
They can connect with me on multiple levels. I have my Instagram, which is Belinda Love Oracle. I have my website, belindalove.com.au. I have TikTok and YouTube, wherever you want to look.
And your YouTube channel, did you mention your YouTube?
It's Belinda Love.
There's
It's my
Belinda Love.
YouTube, yeah.
And your website?
belindalove.com.au.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me, Chantal.
This is the Meaningful Marketing Podcast. If you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and give us a rating. And see you next week.